Very quick show for you this week. We've got music from Joey Tang, Good Morning Gloria, and Anthony Wong. I'm Tony Reno, and I do a podcast on the internet, Dragon Radio. And what I do is I search for non-English pop and rock music from all over Asia, and I play it on my show. I prefer rock, alternative rock, hip-hop, I guess heavy metal, but for me the important thing is hearing something new and fresh, so it doesn't have to necessarily be any of those genres, as long as it's something I haven't heard, the original music. Hong Kong's quality of music is coming up.
Let's go!
The Hong Kong music scene is still very infantile, but the quality has come up a lot.
With a bit of a local, I don't know.
Yeah, we play a happy kind of punk rock.
Well, you know, usually when you hear the word punk, usually it's a stigma, usually related to things like drugs and fighting and riots and violence. But we're not like that at all. We're more about just positive messages with our lyrics and hanging out.
There isn't really much to complain about because we live in an awesome city, and it's like no use for us to call ourselves punk rock and like, oh, I mean, like everyone's living happily, like besides their personal problems, and then like write about, oh, anti-government, the government's treating us bad and all that, and it's like a lot of people are doing that, but I don't think we have to do that.
Hardpack was another one. Kevin, the drummer of Hardpack, is very, very good. You know, so he's one of the best, quite professional, very fluid with it.
So what is the theme of your songs in terms of message? What are you trying to...
Friendship.
About our age, our life,
Girls?
yeah.
A little bit about girls.
girls?
A little bit about what we do when we hang out.
The music scene, Rocket has actually done a lot for the music scene here. Traditionally, in Asia at least, there's the Fuji Festival in Japan. There's Spring Scream in Taipei and Taiwan, and then there's the Beijing MIDI Festival. Hong Kong finally has its own internationally known music festival. I wanted to tell you and remind you about the Rocket event here in Hong Kong, October 14th and 15th in Victoria Park. We've got a lot of good bands, local bands and international bands.
Every major city has a major festival, and you know it's a starting block for other things, especially with regards to music.
And the nice thing about Rocket, though, that makes it different from the other ones, is Rocket brings in international acts. We have some UK, American, and European acts, DJs, coming in. So these local bands actually not only get to play in front of a local audience, but get to share the stage with internationally acclaimed artists.
With Cynthia!
2 months before every week we have, you know, auditions at different bars. It's about 80% local bands. Standard improves every year, and it's more local this year. You know, it's 90% local bands local as in Chinese.
They actually are engaging the audience, they're talking to the audience. It's getting better. I'm really impressed. Hong Kong is still quite young as far as the music scene goes, but it has a lot of potential. The underground music scene, the rock scene.
I saw you meeting the band, shaking their hands. Does that mean they're gonna make it or what?
I don't know, I can't say right now. I mean, we still have a lot of bands to go through. We're not even halfway through the bands. So at the end, we'll announce which bands are winning and playing.
We try and stay out because we're the organizers. We don't want to get involved in the actual selection process. So every year we just invite like 2 or 3 people, independent people that are in the music business that have some knowledge of the bands and music in general.
Things are really catching up here. You know, we're not doing it for the money, we're doing it because we want to make a change in the city that doesn't really promote the arts.
So how many slots are available for local bands?
Normally about 10.
10 only?
Yeah.
And how many are applying for auditions?
Oh, 90?
Wow. 90 bands.
Yeah.
So
Possibly 100.
She drives me mad.
Chris likes to tell the story of how she, 10 years from now, there'll be a music scene, and I just told her, I don't have 10 years, let's do it now. In a way, that's an appealing aspect. Will it? Will it not? Everyone is like that. Everyone thinks that way. Will it happen? Will it not? There's something cool about that tension.
And sooner or later, one of these bands will hit a note with the international market, and you could have an explosion.
Once that band breaks, through the door, I think other bands will follow it.
Wow, and they'd have to be one amazing band, wouldn't they? I mean, they'd have, unfortunately in this day of marketing, they have to be good looking, as well as sound good, play good, and be a real presence on stage. Yeah, but it would be good. I think there are bands with potential.
Sweet